Good morning, my friends. Oh, I need to adjust my light. One of them is like blasting me in the eyes. Gasp. That's no good. Anyway, so happy Friday and long weekend here in Canada. How awesome is that? We love our long weekends, you know. For every reason possible, we love our long weekends. Anyway, oh, I'm going to give you an update on my daughter. So I got her out to the mall. I'm not a mall person, but she wanted to go to the mall, which makes sense when you are in a wheelchair because of your broken leg. Anyway, so we went to the mall, all went well, came home, was getting her into the house. Now, her bedroom's in the basement, so it's just come through the garage and you're there. Her crutch caught something, she fell onto soft stuff, thankfully. And she's fine, but it hurt. Jeepers creepers. It does get better though. The cast comes off next Friday and it switches to the boot. So she, if I understand correctly, she'll be more mobile, which is lovely. Just lovely. What else? Oh, before I forget, because I'm bound to forget, the World Card Making Day special, which going from October 1st to the 7th. Obviously, it's still on. Lots of goodies on 10% off, which is a great bargain. And adhesives, like I bought a pile of them. You can never have enough dimensionals. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Dimensionals, mini, regular, the tear and tape. Oh, I wonder, do you know what tear and tape is? I will show you. Oh, it's in here. I know it is. I just saw it, the weird thing. I might not be showing you the tear and tape. I have it right beside me. Okay, well, when I find that, I will show it to you. And what was the other thing? Oh, the foam strips, which are good for popping things up, of course, as well. But you would really want to use dimensionals for popping things up. Expense-wise, it's the way to go. And yeah, honestly, I saw my tear tape this morning. But anyway, let's skip that part. Okay, so continuing on with this week's theme, it's the Stamparatus. And I'm going to show you the card we'll be making today. So, lovely lipstick base, lovely lipstick ink, and mystery color here. I got a little blob right there, so I'm not real happy. When I took everything apart, it turns out that, like, I took the stamps off and whatever, I had ink on my hands. Well, my bad. Did not know that, did I? No. It happens. Okay, and I will show you the stamp sets also that I used for this. So this is Floral Frames, and I used the Hello, obviously. And I really, is that enough reallys? Wanted to use Healing Hugs because I love this rose. This is a distinctive, the way they spell it, Stampin' Up! Land stamps. I'm going to show you what it looks like. You don't see much, do you? You really don't. But it stamps in like multi-layer goodness. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just fantastic. So you see some darker spots, some lighter spots, something with none, some with none, etc., etc. Anyway, so those are the two stamp sets that we'll be using. This one I used the Floral Framelets, Floral Framelets a couple weeks ago, and it turned out really pretty. So I don't need those, so let's set those aside. I already have one of the stamps on. Oh, and that's what I was looking for. So let's go ahead. Everything's cut out, and at the end of the video, well, once it's loaded, and I have to go out right afterwards, but once it's loaded, then I'll put all the dimensions of what's here. So let's grab the base of the card. And you know with me, I will always have a standby just in case. I know there's two sides to the paper, however. So we'll keep that handy just in case. And then, of course, to really pop it up, it looked kind of plain, like I had it like this, and it looked like it needed more. So whenever you find that something looks a little plain, pop it up on another color. And in this case, the basic black worked the best. It does in a lot of cases for me. Okay, so let's set that aside for now. And the base for now, we're going to do that as well using the Stamparatus. But, okay, now here comes the glare. Are you ready for this? Okay, what I did was I've already marked where I want things to go, because when I designed this earlier, I kind of felt, oh gosh, you're going to forget. And I do forget. Oh, you know what? Hold the fort. Remember the magnets are on the bottom. Now I did have washi tape around both of them, and yesterday I peeled this one off by accident, so you can still get them off. Remember, keep these guys apart. Don't let them touch. I'm really lucky those didn't break. That's twice I've done that. Well, actually, the first time I did it, they smacked together and they didn't break. They're, I got lucky. I got lucky. All right. Just before I start, I know there's going to be a lot of glare, and I do apologize for that. But it is an acrylic plate. I've put the hello stamp on. And again, making sure we're in frame. You know what? If I was to move this just a little this way, it might be a little crooked for you, but it might be better. Or I could shut the drawer with all the fun stuff is right beside me. And I leave it open because quite often I need glue or dimensionals or something off to the side. Okay. It's closed, so now I can move over a bit. Okay, so, oh, and again, this is the new mini grid paper. A must have for this. Because as you can see, I've marked the spots. Now let's say you were making your Christmas cards. Let's just go with that. Or your birthday cards for the year. And, you know, maybe you got tired, you got distracted or whatever. You just mark where you want things to go and just set them on again and keep stamping. So I think that's a plus. You don't want to be stamping on the base here. And it's just the perfect size with the measurements in metric and what I like to call and normal. We know it's not called that. Alrighty, so let's get out the lovely lipstick. Now remember on the card, I had two colors here. Both colors are lovely lipstick. Not kidding you. They're the same, so you can get two, maybe even more colors out of your stamp pad, and I'm going to show you how. So you're getting more than just the fun of the Stamparatus. Now again with the Stamparatus, this is a really small in comparison, say, to this one, is you don't want to muck up all of this. Like you don't want to do that. If you do, have a cloth handy. Anything mild you can use to clean this. So I happen to, because I really don't want to mess that up, I happen to have my water, just a normal water bottle with a misting spray. There. Clean, dirty. You can see it doesn't look like much. It never looks like much. So if you think it's just a little bit, clean it anyway. Any little messes that happen, and they will happen. You know, they will happen. So here we go. So I'm just going to turn it over and give it a press. Now, I like that, so I don't have to change any darkness or whatever. Now, yesterday when I was pressing a little hard, so I had to keep doing this. Right in this little spot here, I would get ink, so I was just going like that and cleaning it. I don't have any right now, just showing you that's another little trick. So with your Stamparatus, to take the plate out, you can't do it from this, you have to line it up 90 degrees pull it out. And in this case, I'm just going to move it down one in the hinge and press again. Voila, color number 2. And then lift it up 90 degrees, move it down one, ink it up again. Like, how easy is that? So this is how I'm going to be making my Christmas cards. And I have a couple shows coming up, and I do not want to be one time stamping going, oh no, it's crooked. I'm going to be using my Stamparatus for sure. A huge time saver, huge. Pressing down, second color, down one. Now this, it's a little tippy at this end, so I am going to be supporting it. I think you're still in frame. Yep, have to make sure. Oh, the other thing, you know what I keep forgetting to mention is I do a monthly newsletter. Sometimes there's an extra one if something comes up during the month, like a sale or a special or whatever. I'm hoping my magnet's not in the wrong spot, but we'll find out. Nope, it wasn't. How easy was that? How easy was that? Oh yeah, 90 degrees, Sandy, 90 degrees. If you want to receive my newsletter, it'll talk about specials and stuff coming up, upcoming classes, things like that. Let me know. Leave me a comment and I will contact you later. I'm just going to clean this stamp because this is what happened to me yesterday when I didn't clean the stamp and got my hands gunked up. So this is the Stampin' Chamois. I ran it under water yesterday, a lot of water, like just saturated basically, and then wrung it out like a sponge. That's how easy it is. I like easy, can you tell? Oh yeah. Now, I'm just going to say, because there's 2 plates here, there's no reason to take this off. Maybe I want to do more of these, and maybe I want to do different colors, so I haven't decided. I'm going to leave that on and bring in the second plate, which, am I noticing some color on there? A little bit. Okay, let's give that a wee clean, because again, I really was making a huge mess. Like, I like to test things out. You have to mess things up, right? You have to mess it up to test it out to see how it looks. That looks good. And then just dry it because you do not want your stamp slipping on a wet surface. Alrighty, so I can take hello out. Move that way over because I know where my card base is going. And I will show you the lining up of a stamp. Alright, so first things first though. There's the stamp. Here's my card base line. I know that I'm stamping down this side, correct? Now, see, that's not straight. You can see those lines there, so I'm going to tip it a little bit. Don't mind me if I don't see your comments. I do have my computer beside me. Okay, place that down. It is stuck. It is stuck. Yay. Alrighty, so when you're stamp positioning, you know what? I need this to be flatter. I don't think I gave it, I did not give it the nice straight flat edge with the bone folder. And we do sell these and they don't look like this. This was me getting ink on mine. It doesn't transfer. It's long dry. But if you want a nice crisp edge, then you're going to want to get a bone folder. And they're not expensive. Okay, so stamp positioning. As with this card, it's off the page a bit and off the page a bit. This one, if you notice, I've cut out and it's raised up. So I know I don't need that necessarily. And I do want them to overlap a bit. I think with this one, I may have gone just a little bit high. So if I was to compare, oh, here's the other thing. There's an upside to this rose, and that is the upside. As in, I would like my rose facing this direction rather than, that looks like the rose is facing down, if that makes sense. I think it does. So, and I just turned it again. So let's make sure, yep, that's the right way. So stamp positioning. I want it off the page. Off the page is a good thing because it looks like movement. You know, it looks like if you just stamp, 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 this is different. This is different because this is an intended thing. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm making sense. But when I stamp images, I do like them off the page. So let's move a few things out of the way. And just notice, I clean my desk and I can see, I don't use harsh cleaners. I can't stand the smell. So what I used, I didn't quite clean all the way. So if you saw how I did that, let's do it again. And look at it one more time. Yep, that's up. Is because I can see what I'm doing here. It's still a little bit off the page. Exactly what I want. This should work. Now, the last time I did this, we'll just make sure I don't go off the bottom. I had it a little lower. Let's just find out how that's going to work. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Good to test. Yep. Alrighty, so let's ink it up. Did I mention, oh yes, while I stamp, my brain is going like 90. Usually I'm listening to music, so I'm singing along, and I won't torture you with that. But if I haven't said this already, I have an October 25th class. So if you're in the KW area, Kitchener-Waterloo area, Cambridge, Guelph, and such. Did I get that down a bit? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, it didn't stamp as solidly as I would have liked. So I'm going to, this is the beauty again of the Stamparatus. Ink it up again. So you haven't wasted paper. And when I test it out, by the way, I just put like a plain piece of paper in. So I'm not doing my test stamping on my good cardstock. Beautiful. Beautiful. That worked out perfectly. So then we're going to come down here and take a peek. Yep. So I'm going to be supporting this again. And stamp pad. Now, if you are new to my videos, every Tuesday, I draw a name from my prize patrol. So how do you do that? You share the video. And I want that one to be darker so they match better. So inking it up a second time. And yep, so you can share here on my page. And that would be, so I do videos twice a week. That'd be my Tuesday video and my Friday video. So you can share both. If you're on YouTube, well, of course, yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can share from there and you will also get into the draw. So that's nice. Now, I need a block, which I put away being all nice and neat. That's the one. So this is actually how I got my hands inky yesterday. So I don't need this now. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I won't. Oh, maybe I won't. Oh, I don't need a block. What am I saying? Use the Stamparatus. That's how I did it last time. Now, the reason I moved it up is why stamp something in the middle here, right? And waste the paper. I'm just stamping at the top. And that makes sense because we're not paper wasters, are we? No. No. Okay. So this again is lovely lipstick. So it's lovely lipstick on lovely lipstick. And this one, I can have this middle one even darker. So you can stamp this as many times as you want, by the way. And yes, I am applying some pressure. Oh, I like that. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. So take that out of there. Don't need this at the moment. So Stamparatus can, yeah, go right there. Like I really wanted that out of the way, didn't I? And then, so I don't get inky fingers. And the ink from here, even though this is quite the mess, it does not transfer to my fingers. Had I just cleaned it in that exact same spot, I might have. But I did the underside, so we're fine. And that is clean. And again, I just keep them in the, I call them the CD case. I'm not sure what else to call it. So, and we do sell those. Alrighty. We're going to do a little fussy cutting. Oh, you know what? No, I'll do that by hand. Fussy cutting. Scissors. These are our paper snips. when you fussy cut, you're moving the paper, not the scissors. So in other words, you're not going, use this, you're not going like this and like this and like this and like this and like this. I'll show you. So we cut in, and I'm moving the paper. See, the scissors will stay in the same spot, pretty much the same spot. And sometimes when you fussy cut, you might want a border, but because this is, I don't need it for this. I like it when it's, say with a white background, or it's got a black line around it, because I just did an outer image. But with this, I want it nice and close. Alrighty, so I'm just moving my scissors up to get myself lots of cutting room. I know fussy cutting, it's so exciting to watch, isn't it? Okay, that could have been a little closer. I can go back and trim it. It's funny when you do this, not on camera, it's like, perfect. And then you're like, oh my gosh, you're watching me. Just kidding. It's funny because when I worked in an office, there was like, gosh, I don't know, 35, 40 of us. And at first you think, oh man, they're going to hear me, you know, when I'm on the phone. And then after that, you're like, really? It totally doesn't matter. Because if you sound like a goof, oh well, you know. You know, someone might pick up on it and say, yeah, do you realize you just told them blah, 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 or whatever? So it's actually helpful. So you learn to get used to it when you work in a big office. So there it is. And here's the card. And of course you would know, just in case, I had another one waiting in the wings. I always do, but I'm not, that will not be wasted. I'm using it. So now that I'm shoving things around here and I didn't need my second piece of paper, yeehaw, I'm going to finish the front and then we'll do the inside. So Tombow, or we still call it Tombow. Oh, it does say Tombow, but since I can see the word multi better, it's multi-purpose liquid glue. One thing I would suggest is when you store it on its side. I had mine standing up, which of course the glue then drops down here. This one's not terribly full, so I should have left it laying flat. Da, 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 da. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. You don't need a lot, though, except I don't know my own strength. So right here, I'm just going to push that towards the center a bit, only because I don't want it squishing out the sides. This is just a nice card you can use for a lot of occasions. You know, someone you haven't seen for a while. Sending someone some happy mail that they just weren't expecting. Like, I don't know about you, if it's not a bill and I get something nice in the mail, I'm so happy. Bills are, you know, obviously we're kind of stuck with them, but it is, you know, and they're inevitable, but it's nice to get happy mail. So remember what I say, use all of your dimensionals. And this is long. I want to support it well. So I'm actually just taking off the outside of it to use, like so. And then at the top, a little bit of this. And it's really easy just to rip a chunk off. And there. And I didn't mean to break that, so stick that in there as well. When I put these on, I don't like them really close to the edge because you don't really want it, you know, like here's your card and you can see the dimensional sticking out. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. The one thing with the class, by the way, on the 25th of October, it's a Thursday evening, is it is in Kitchener-Waterloo. It is not a drop-in. You need to RSVP and space is limited. So you can read all about the class on my blog, and it's here on my page as well. It's probably just as easy, but you RSVP, if you're on Facebook, just RSVP me on Facebook, that's fine. But if you're hearing this elsewhere, whether it be Twitter or YouTube, then you definitely need to RSVP use my blog and go that way. All right, so just like the main card, I'll do like a little overlap. So this is going to go right about here onto the hello bit. There we go. I would like to, did I not cut? I did cut an inside for this. I know I did. I know I did, and it's probably off. I put my Stamparatus papers, or my plates on top of it. No? Gasp. We're doing an inside. Oh, there it is. Nope, there it isn't. Oh, Sandy. Seriously, there it is. Because I have an envelope with it too, and that's how I knew it was there. Okay. Now I'm going to use the block. So for the inside of the card, which has not been planned, I'm leaving it blank with the words, okay? Because we don't need. I think this is a card that you're going to write in. I just want to. Even when I'm not using the Stamparatus, this is just a perfect size. So, and again, this is my other little tip. Remember which way your card's going, so you have the image going the direction you want. Yeah, speaking from experience. And I'm just deciding if I want this to be full strength or half strength. So let's do a little test, shall we? Okay, so here's full strength. Now, on the grid paper, it's kind of weird. And here's half strength. I like half strength for sure. For sure. So, and my rose is facing the direction I want. So, took the whole thing with me. Stamp off. And now I did that lightly. Okay. And there you go. Like, how pretty is that? This is easy, number one. Oh, wait. Who forgot she had an envelope? Yeah. And I know people say I say envelope funny because I say envelope, not envelope. Yeah. We can live with that. I'm using, by the way, I'm not re-inking. So whatever's left is what I put on here. So hopefully it's good. But I will press good and hard just to make sure. There. So why not put a little something on your envelope and make it look pretty? When you take the card out, you're going to rip from here on da-da-da. Okay, so we don't need that. We do need this. We are almost done. That's not the card, it's this one. I was going to say, I know that's not the card because that was a test. Well, I tested, messed it up. It wasn't going to be the test. It really wasn't. In the scheme of do it once, although we all mess up. So again, I will give you the measurements for this as well. And I'm using Tombow because I have that beautiful wiggle time. There. Now, I want it good and stuck. Back of the hand, and there you go. So, I wanted to put, not quite done. There's the envelope. I wanted to put something on there. Now, this one I use pearls, and I wonder. No, those are the ones I don't really want those. They have a bit of a green tinge to them, which is perfect for other cards. But this is not a green card. I wonder. Ooh, I wonder. Let's see what these look like. Never thought of that. Okay, so the Take Your Pick tool, which is the part of my deal of the week. Again, you can read about. And I don't know why, but I have this preference for these little guys. Okay. There, nope. Up here, nope. Right about here. I like that. I like that they didn't make this like a really wide one, like a putty knife, let's say. I like that it's Small and delicate. Oh yeah, you know what? I like these better for the plain and simple reason is it here's the black back here, and it kind of brings it all together. Okay, remember we're making a triangle, and it's a wonky triangle. Doesn't have to be the one with the even edges. You want it kind of off a bit. So there we go. I'm going to bring in the card we made on the Tuesday video. Okay, that one can go. These come off. I can take those off quite easily, and I will replace those with the black. So I will post the cards, both the cards, and more information on my blog later. There's our card. So this is today's card using the lovely lipstick, stamped off basically, just like I did for the inside. You can consider that a stamp off, and then full strength, stamp off, full strength. And this is from Monday, where you're going to have to watch the video and just see how that was done. I wonder, did I already post that on my blog? I'm not sure. Someone's had a busy week. But I use the Stamparatus, and how easy would that be, again, for your Christmas cards? Stamp this, stamp that, next. Stamp this, stamp that. Oh, and then, of course, let's go to the inside of that one again. Stamped off. And then this one. We like to do the insides of the card and put a little something, something. Whether it be, let's go back here. It could be some of these little leafy guys. It could be these little flowerets. I don't know that that's what they're called. These little sprigs. Anything you want. Just to, one, make use of the stamps you have, and two, jazz it up a bit. There we go. Now, last thing is, I want to leave you with this, so you know what my blog is. Yeah, it's handwritten because I know my printer's not working. I will get a new one eventually. So lollyandsand.blogspot.com, and the October host code 377NUVAC. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. Share, share, share. And your name will go into my draw for Monday. You place an order, you're going to get extra ballots. And that's it for Friday. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving long weekend. See you back on Tuesday, and we'll see what we have to talk about there. Alrighty, bye-bye.